you're a fraud, and it's only a matter of time till everyone finds out. This is what I thought to myself some months ago when I finally started working as a medical doctor after graduating college. And now you might think, well, surely you did go to school to become one. And that's just the thing. Imposter syndrome is no respecter of person, place, or certificates. So I think we can all agree that imposter syndrome sucks. Yes, I said it. And this is something that I've personally dealt with in different ways, whether it's when I started to see patients or when I won a multinational prize in literature a few years ago. And I mean, the previous winners were not even from my country. They had degrees in literature related courses or had worked with some literary firms. So really, here I was, this fifth year medical student studying for exams. So it kind of felt like, who was I? Now, if you're not familiar with this term, it basically just means the inability to internalize one's achievements. It's the nagging feeling like the honesty police will find you and have you call out, shame, shame, like Cersei Lannister did. It's the gut-wrenching thought that you've only survived this long because of sheer luck and eventually you'll be discovered. But why does this happen? Why are we held back by this crippling narrative that, well, it can't be us? Why would Albert Einstein think of himself as an involuntary swindler, regardless of all the achievements? And I think a part of that feeling might be valid. When we think of how there were many other people, yet we got that specific job or degree or partner, and yet we did. So clearly, you must be doing something right. Now, the funny thing about imposter syndrome is that you've already achieved the said thing. You're not planning to do it. It's a very distinctive feeling that only those who have experienced it can really explain. Easily disguises as modesty, but it's really not. And other people might not be able to see it, but we can't lie to ourselves, I think. But in resemblance to other disorders, it started to affect other aspects of my life, my self-esteem, and even worse, my work, which was what got me here in the first place. So clearly something needed to change, because what's the option? To drop it all and walk away? Honesty, that was my first step. I had to be honest with myself and accept my quoted flaws. No, I did not have those many years of experience other people seem to have, but yes, I did have that degree. And no, I did not have the network, but yes, I got the award anyway. Sometimes it helps to put things in perspective. Now, this might not altogether be easy, because who wants to sit with themselves through any discomfort? It's almost like telling Mr. or Miss Imposter, hey, shut the heck up. Here's a list of things I do have, so I deserve it. And here's a list of things I don't have, so I can work on it. So now go home. And this isn't even about making random lists, even though I'm one of those people that clearly finds pleasure in making them. You don't have to physically write it out, but it helps when you forget. And this isn't even about getting yourself to do more than you're already doing, because you're doing amazing, but it provides actionable steps should you ever choose to take them. Now, another thing I found particularly useful was talking to other people, especially within the same field, whether more experienced or not, whether older or younger, it doesn't really matter. There is something about these conversations that can be very powerful and even liberating. It is here that you find out that maybe we're all just winging it, largely, except maybe Chuck Norris. I think sometimes we forget our mortality and forget to be considerate to ourselves. And it sounds so simple, but talking to the right people is such an underrated way of healing in several different things. And it's a habit I've had to cultivate over the years. And maybe it's something that we will continue to battle with no matter the level of our success. Or maybe we're all just imposters, so therefore, no one really is. Okay, so wait, before you go, I'd like to ask you a favor. Please share this video with friends, especially if you found it useful or you think they might find it helpful as well. It also really goes a long way in helping this channel out and allows me to be able to continue doing this. But I'd also love to hear your thoughts on this phenomenon. Have you had any experience with it, and what has helped you so far? Please share any advice that you might have. Let's chat in the comments, and I will see you there.